Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome into another Fantasy Stock Exchange video. Today we have a mock draft. We have Lucas here from the channel, and we have the Notorious Fantasy from his channel. Before I let them talk, I'm going to dictatorship the hell out of this and say no talking for them because we're going to hit an intro. All right, guys, welcome in. Welcome into you two gentlemen. Very excited to have Nick back on the channel.
Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother.
Show me the money.
Here doing a mock. Yeah, we've got a few things cooking, and I'll go ahead and click the start draft button. Check out down below. Check out our Discord. Just join for no reason. There's no plug here. But let me go ahead and ask you two, how are you guys doing today?
Feels great, baby. That's how I'm feeling.
Doing good. Tyler forgot to mention draft guide comes out on July 13th. So I'm assuming next Monday. I'm assuming this is going out this week. So
Going out today.
Going out today. Perfect. Down below, I think the top of the description. The top of the description, there's a link to an order form. So go get that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, guys, we hope you're having a great day. We're about to have a great day. I'll line out our picks. So, Notorious, you're sitting at the killer 101. You get McCaffrey, and the rest of your team sucks. I'm sitting at the 4, which is interesting. Lucas is at the 10. So, I like Lucas's pick the best so far.
I mean, the 1's the best pick.
That's gross.
I mean,
it's gross.
It's the easiest pick. So I'm up now, and I'm going to pick Christian McCaffrey. There's no debate for me.
Elliott.
I mean, other people will pick Saquon, but I refuse to. So Christian McCaffrey for me.
Oh my gosh, Barkley's at the 4.
Oh, is this even fair? Like, is it like not fair for me to take him?
Run it.
That's fantastic. Okay, by the way, and I'll just go ahead and talk about this because I feel like I need to. If Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara go before Saquon Barkley, if anyone in this draft that isn't named Christian McCaffrey goes before Saquon Barkley, even if you're at like the 4, I would trade the farm for that 3 pick. Now, if 2 people botch it and you get fucking Barkley at the 104, gold. Your rest of the draft doesn't matter what you do. You've already won. That's a really, really easy pick for me, and I'll let Lucas go ahead and deal with whatever he gets falling to him because that's just great for me.
Probably gonna be good now. I mean, about the same, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to look who went. So Zeke, Adams, Cook, Henry, and Joe Mixon. I don't know. You really like the turn, Tyler? I don't really like.
I love it. So my thing is I want multiple running backs. You guys know me. I'm heavy running back. I'm Mr. 4 running backs in 5 rounds kind of guy, unless the league settings are kind of botched. So yeah, that's what I aim for. So I always like to get 2 of my top guys, whether it's back end or RB1s. Is what I like to do. So that's why I really enjoy the turn picks. So guys like, you took one of them. You took Mixon?
I took Drake.
Oh, you took Drake. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's that hard spot. I really like the 108, 109 because it's almost a guarantee you'll get one of those backs, like a Mixon type. But that's kind of a challenging pick. But I'll let you take your next guy.
For sure. Yeah, I go Tyreek. I don't know. I don't like it because I'm not really – even taking Drake I feel like is sketchy in its own. My projections, I spit them out for him. They are really, really good, and I don't know how I feel about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Guys, I'll go ahead and quick plug. If you're to this point in the video, maybe you clicked off way long ago, but you're not hearing me say this, so back off. Comment down below your thoughts on how it's going so far. Like it. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of views that aren't subscribed. We appreciate the volume, but please subscribe to the channel, guys. We're having a lot of fun doing these with you.
Mm-hmm.
Such a nice transition, gentlemen.
That was that one for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I'm kind of in an uncomfortable position here. It's why these kind of later end of the first makes it challenging for me to go for my second running back. So I'll take a guy I'm getting relatively high on. It's Kenny Bones. I love my boy Kenny Galladay. I'm going to go ahead and take him here at the 209. It's a really good pick for me, I think. Kenny Galladay is in a great passing system with a team that doesn't have the best defense, and I think he's going to be able to have a lot of opportunity to take advantage of. Pairs really, really well with my Saquon Barkley.
All right, now it is my pick, and I'm going to do something a bit sexual here. We're going to do a different pick than what I normally do. So we're going to go tight end here in the second round, a bit of a crazy strategy. We're going to go with my main man, George Kittle, and then we are going to go with Aaron Jones of the Green Bay Packers. Even though I don't like Aaron Jones that much, I looked at his numbers, and he would have still been really good last year, even if he didn't score a zillion touchdowns. I think he scored 19 last year. If he just scored 10, he still would have been a top 12 running back. So, I mean, there's no reason why he can't do that again. I'm not really afraid of A.J. Dillon at all. So.
Fair enough. Oh, my gosh. Mike Evans went off. So this really sucks. I'm in a terrible position right now. The running back position looks god-awful. You guys kind of see the cheat sheet and what's kind of stacking up. I'll go to the draft board in a section. But this is kind of what's wrapping up. I kind of interested in maybe those top receivers, maybe Juju. I really don't like him. And I may get a lot of flack for this, but I feel like I'm kind of enjoying Gurley and what he could end up being. And, yes, it sucks. I've already made it clear. I don't really like this pick. But Todd Gurley, why not, I guess? It's redraft. I can do whatever I want. He can die next year, okay? He will get a lot of passing volume, and I think in a full PPR, I'm interested in kind of going that way.
No, yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, you kind of have to take the chance on him eventually. And Odell, wow. So apparently Odell's playing football this year, folks. In the round 3. That's crazy. There's a ton of receiver value on here. Oh, man. I got to do I don't like this. Mark Andrews is still there. I think I'm going to go ahead and go Adam Thielen here. Just take the target hog to pair with Tyreek. I don't know. I don't really like my team. Calvin really went. Okay, so now I'm looking here. The running backs, they all have half of a leg, and Chris Carson, James Conner, they're on a really bad team in Lev Bell. Melvin Gordon's not bad, but I can't do that as a Broncos fan. Actually, Tyler, I'm going to go with the guy we were just talking about here in Keenan Allen. Apparently, well, if you go to Tyler's Twitter, I guess when you see him, you have to dig a little bit. But
no, you won't. It's coming out tomorrow, Lucas. For the fans, it came out right now.
Fair enough. Tyler put out a tweet saying apparently Keenan Allen is bad at football or something, and he's.
Why do people hate him? I don't get it. I just want to know why people hate Keenan Allen. That's it. I'm not, I'm not trying to like spit in his Cheerios. I'm just trying to understand what I'm missing. I just don't know. So whatever. So kind of looking at the draft board here, it's a little rough. I mean, there's really nothing I want from that tight end position, at least not right now with the value. I don't know. I'm not someone that kind of goes with, wide receiver like this a little too early. But you know what? I'm interested in this guy. I'm going to take Terry McLaurin. I'm interested in wrapping it up that position early. The running back value is not there for whatever reason, which is fine. I'm not crying too much about it. I get Terry McLaurin, and I feel pretty good. My starting 2 running backs and wide receivers look really nice right now for my team, and I shoot it to Nick.
All right, so now it is my pick. Now, Le'Veon Bell did go, and Chris Carson. There's 2 guys I was looking at. So running backs right now, very, very dry. David Johnson, James Conner, Jonathan Taylor is like what you're looking at here. So I do already have 2 running backs in McCaffrey and Aaron Jones. So I'm going to take the shot from 3, Stephen Curry with Jonathan Taylor. Hopefully a couple weeks into the season, he becomes the lead back over the guy that Tyler Moss does not have behind him, Marlon Mack. I honestly think that he will eventually, but it might take a bit of time, so that's why I like him better as my RB3. And now I'm back up again, so I'm going to go with a wide receiver. I'm going to go with my boy Baby Chark of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Baby Chark.
How did I miss that? That's annoying. See, that's the thing. In redraft, you got to hunt for those rookies. I'm kind of annoyed. I would have taken Jonathan Taylor there. I'm not crying too much, but I'm crying a little. Enough to make a difference. So now I'm kind of sitting here, and I have my 2 running backs. I got my 2 wide receivers. I'm going to take a guy who I kind of think, could have very good upside if he plays. I think that's a challenge, right? I got Barkley, so I know my running back position has a very, very safe one. Kind of a risk play too, which is fine. And I think I'm just going to go a little bit more risky. I'm going to take a guy that has very outstanding value when he's on the field. I don't know how much his opportunity is going to be taken away because he had a chance to get that opportunity taken away last year when he was competing against guys like Jalen Samuels and new incoming Benny Snell. And now they're bringing Anthony McFarland. And it's kind of challenging for me to want to take him any earlier than this 5th round. But I have the opportunity to do it. And I think I'm going to go James Conner here. And it may sound absolutely like butt-fucking insane, but I'm going to do it. I think he has very, very good upside when he's on the field. And as my 3rd running back in a flex play, I'm interested in it.
No, that's a good pick. I think I'm bought in on the Steelers. They're gonna be very, very good this year.
I'm not and that's the thing. I for so long have not been built in. I've not been a believer in the pass game at all. And I'm like, so why am I not taking Connor? And I kind of changed my belief on him. So, anyways, I'll let you pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go David Montgomery here, the last safe Running back, I don't really need anything super special. And then got Singletary, Diggs, oh my gosh, AJ Green, Dak Prescott, and then I'm back up here. I kind of like taking a shot on DeAndre Swift here.
Yeah.
But my boy Edelman's also there, but I also have 3 pretty good receivers. Any tight end value, Evan Ingram. I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift here. Just kind of I don't think he's gonna have much value alone. I think he's gonna take one of the running backs to get hurt for someone to actually be like an RB1 or 2 in that offense. But as my second flex, it's not bad.
Fair enough. So I'm kind of on the clock here. There's a guy who, thank goodness, is sitting on the board for me. I'll quickly show you guys the draft board. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, we got a couple quarterbacks go off that round. Kind of that 2-round gap. Is that what we're seeing now before I make my pick, that, the first 2 quarterbacks will go off in the third, and then there's going to be a light gap between the next 2? Or do you kind of feel like these guys are closer to the Lamar and Mahomes?
It's tough. I mean, I have, in terms of just total rankings, I have Dak in my tier 1. But after that, I think it's kind of a toss-up. I think it's a toss-up enough to where I'm not really taking any of them, and I'm just kind of waiting unless I get really the top 3 guys. I'm not even going to reach – like Dak in the 6th round is still kind of outrageous. So I don't really know. I just kind of fade quarterbacks in 1 quarterback league right now.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take a guy that I have a lot of belief in. More than just the Cam Newton signing, I thought he was going to be very good because he always is, and his ADP is always ridiculously low. And I think this is always going to be a great running back to even have as like your 3rd, 4th. James White, I think the volume's going to be there for him, no doubt. I think he's just overall a really talented guy who Belichick's going to use, and I'm plenty okay taking James White, especially at this value, sitting in the 6th round. 4th running back, kind of a lot more safer play than the Gurley and Connor that I took earlier.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I made a video about James White, I think maybe when you're watching this like yesterday or the day before, and he finished as a top 20 running back 2 years in a row. In 2018, he was like running back 7, which is just crazy when you think about it. So I think he'll be good again this year with Cam. But at my pick, I'm going to go with Marvin Jones first. It was between him and Michael Gallup, but I'd rather get a guy who I know is going to be the 2 the whole year on the team versus Gallup. I mean, I think Gallup's good, but what happens if CeeDee Lamb kind of goes up there and gets more targets? I don't really know. So now it's my pick, and I'm picking through a bunch of terrible running backs: Mark Ingram, Tariq Cohen, Darius Geis, Matt Breida, Keyshawn Vaughn, Phillip Lindsay, Rojo. So I'm going to go ahead and reach and pick Bush's man, Rojo, here, and just hope that he hops into the end zone a couple of times. I mean, I don't think he's the greatest pick, but in the 7th round, there's definitely some decent value there for a guy who's on a team that should be scoring the ball, or not scoring the ball, but scoring a bunch of points.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like when you're kind of looking at why you should be building running backs early, and I've mentioned this in a ton of videos, guys, if you don't go running back early, you're kind of stuck going with guys like that. Now, obviously, Nick, you're in a comfortable position. You got 4. But this is kind of where you're sitting at. If you want to go wide receiver, you like the value of wide receivers really well, you're going to be sitting with this kind of roster, and it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous to be going wide receiver early, and that's why I definitely feel like you need to be covering running back early. Now, I'm sitting here on the clock. I have my 4. I always like to go 4 in the first 6 rounds. I think it's dangerous to not do that. So I have a lot of flexibility here. There's a guy, Michael Gallup, sitting on the board that I'd be interested in, Evan Ingram as well. Even the quarterbacks, I really like Josh Allen. I think he's in that tier above in my personal rankings. But kind of looking at what I want to do here, I think I'm going to go Michael Gallup. I think he's a little bit under the radar right now. I think the CeeDee Lamb hype's been high. I think he's a great midway of the year sell piece for when CeeDee Lamb finally gets his legs. I think Michael Gallup will have a really great start to the season, and I think he's a really good pick in your redraft leagues.
For sure, yeah. I think the term vacated production is being used way too much in that offense. Everyone can be fantasy relevant. Like, I can ask you guys, how many times did you guys start Randall Cobb and Jason Witten last year in fantasy? Hopefully 0, I guess. So, yeah, I agree. Michael Gallup is definitely the guy to have there at the current ADP. So I'm going to go Mark Ingram here because somehow he's in the 7th round, and he has not finished outside the top 20 fantasy running backs in points per game the last 5 years. So that's probably a steal, I think, if I have ever seen one as if I can even count, my 4th running back.
There you go. Quick math. There you go.
I was tripping there. And Evan Ingram in the 8th round is kind of intriguing to me. because none of the receivers are really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Unless you like a bunch of wide receiver twos. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go Evan Ingram. I'll take the chance in the 8th round. I don't think that's terrible ADP, I guess you could say. He's still going to get hurt, though, but I don't think that's a terrible risk there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's really interesting to me. Going down below and hitting my link to Shady Rays. Guys, okay, before we continue this, yes, I'm going to very shameless plug this. I think you guys should go get yourself a pair. Listen, if you buy our draft guide, you definitely are thrown into a little raffle for a free chance at getting a pair. But why even risk the chance at a free pair when you can just go down below and get a really inexpensive pair for great value, and they're replaceable. The company's fantastic. 10 meals for feeding America. Every pair you buy. Go check that out. Shameless plug. Like, comment, all that shit while you're down there. I am going to go with a guy who I believe in is going to be very, very valuable. I think he's going to have a resurging year from last year. Listen, whatever a resurging year is for Matt Ryan, I think he's going to find his way and sneak away into the top 5. Crazy take. We'll take it. But Calvin Ridley, Julio, I'm high on them. Let's be high on the quarterback as well, because there's going to be a lot of passing opportunity. I'm going to go Matt T. Ice, and I'm very excited about doing so.
No, that's a great pick. The Matty Ice theory of him being good and then great every other year is quite the good strategy. So now it's my pick. I have a zillion running backs, 2 wide receivers. I drafted a tight end, which kind of makes me regret it looking at my team, but that's A-okay because you got to try some different stuff, just like when you're in the bedroom. So now
Amen,
looking
brother.
at quarterbacks, there's really no quarterbacks that I really want here. I don't like Carson Wentz in the 8th round. I like Danny Dimes, Matthew Stafford as well. Cam Newton's ranked 15th on here, which I find interesting. I think that's a little too high. But I am going to go with a wide receiver here, and it is going to be a wide receiver roulette. So I'm going to go with Mike Williams, who I think actually a lot of people were really high on him last year, and he just didn't perform because he didn't score the touchdowns. In 2018, he was scoring the touchdowns, but didn't get the yards, so it was like a reversal. If you put them together, maybe you'll have a good year. So I went with Mike Williams there, even though I don't trust the quarterback play there really all that much. And now I'm going to go with another running back. So we're going to hit on my guy, Jordan Howard here. I like him more than Sony Michel, I feel like now, due to the fact that I think they're going to be, or Cam Newton likes to dump the ball off. They're not going to be running it as much with Sony Michel. Plus Sony Michel, just like Gurley, has that knee arthritis. So Tyler can get him. So he could have the double knee arthritis team. And I'll get Jordan Howard, a guy who's rushed for 1,000 yards multiple times in his career.
I love Jordan Howard. I completely back that. I think it's dangerous to not do both. I think you got to go with the breedster if you're going to go with Howard. So that's why that turn pick's kind of interesting. I normally like to stack them there. However, I do value your pick so far, and I back Howard over Breida every day. So very good pick there, Nick. Yeah, again, I'm sitting here, and there's some value on the board that I could fudge with, I guess. Sony Michel, yeah, laugh at that comment. It's fucking hilarious, Nick. Settle down. I think there's some guys running back wise is what I'm going to go with here. I think Darius Guice has some value. I know it's risky, and I already have a few risky backs, so I'm not going to go there. Not going to go with Breida either. Again, risky back. I'm going to go with a guy like J.K. Dobbins. I think back end of the year, he's going to be a great stash on your roster. I have a theory he's going to be the Miles Sanders effect, where at the back half of the year, he's going to be having a resurgence, and he's going to find his way into top first-round value. So I think he is a very, very – Nick, you look concerned.
No, I'm concerned that some idiot just drafted the Steelers in the 9th fucking round. That's what I'm
You got to go defense, baby. Defense championships. I don't know what you've been watching, but anyways, I think you can have that Miles Sanders effect to break out at the end of the year and can drive that into next year and have a lot of value. Obviously, we're talking redraft, but dynasty, I think he has that kind of value. I like JK, especially when I know my my running back position is very covered, especially for the early half of the year when these guys are still healthy. James Conner, Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I think my projections have him close, but I think people are like using that point as like, oh, why would you take Ingram? But I think it'll be Ingram dominantly in the beginning of the year, and then I think it'll slowly work into a 2-back system. The team's trying to win a Super Bowl, not win their fantasy matchups. They're going to use both running backs.
The fantasy, baby. Come on. It's all about the fantasy leagues. What are you talking about?
All right, here. So I don't even know who to go here. I am going to take the Dolphins wide receiver 1 here, possibly.
Preston Williams. I agree.
Preston Williams, because apparently the game splits where you kept Devontae Parker off your fantasy lineup in general don't count or something, I guess. And the ones with Parker winning when he was hurt count. I don't know where people come up with that math or how that works out. So I'm gonna go Darius Guice here. I'll take the chance in the 10th round as my 5th running back.
I'm gonna take the true wide receiver one for the Dolphins. I'm gonna take Albert Wilson here in the 10th round. No, I'm just
That
kidding.
guy's speed, though. That guy is speed.
Dude, that guy's something else, isn't he? I think it's time to kind of wrap up the kicker position. Again, all right, fine. We're done with jokes. Okay, so there's a lot of tight end value. Lucas, you got Mr. Injury Prone, didn't you, Evan Ingram? Yeah, you did. You suck.
Yeah, I'll need to get another tight end later.
Yeah, 8 rounds for 8 games played out of Evan Ingram.
Yeah, I'm going to take the guy that Nick's going to take just because I'm a savage like that. I'm going to take Hayden Hurst.
I already took George Kittle, so I didn't need him.
Okay, well, you're going to grab Hayden Hurst anyways because you're, like, blowing him every year, so.
Yeah, got to get down on your knees. So Alexander Madison is going to be my pick here. Pretty obvious. I mean, he made it all the way to the 10th round. I don't know if Dalvin Cook's going to actually hold out the whole season. I mean, if he does, this is extreme value. If he doesn't, still kind of good because Dalvin Cook likes getting hurt regardless. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to miss games. Either it's going to be at the beginning of the year from holding out or halfway through the year when he inevitably does something stupid and falls in the shower or something. So now it's my pick again. And while I said I don't really love Cam Newton, I think N'Keal Harry at this point, you just kind of have to pick him and just hope that he's good. He got hurt early last year before I think it was maybe in preseason or even before that, and didn't get the connection with Tom Brady. So I think N'Keal Harry and Cam Newton could be best buds over there in New England. So I'm going to go with N'Keal Harry off the hope that he's good because there's no one else really.
I think sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was going to say it's just the other wide receivers available. I just don't feel like could I even have the chance to eclipse what he does. Like Sammy Watkins, he's not going to do anything.
That's fair. Yeah, I think the only wide receiver that we may actually see probably get more targets for a Cam Newton offense is probably the ground. Maybe the line judge on the sideline. That's just a low blow there. But yeah, I'll go ahead and take my pick instead of making really just garbage ass jokes. So yeah, looking at the board, I got quarterback kind of wrapped up. There's still some interesting running backs that I would be curious in. I'm not even gonna lie. There's none of these running backs look attractive to me at all. How many fucking rounds do we got left? We're at the pick 11. How many rounds do we got left?
Couple
rounds. All right, fair enough for me. I'm gonna take a guy like Zach Moss. I think him and Devin Singletary, like the J.K. and Mark Ingram. But in a much, much more toned down offense, I think there's going to be a split system. And I think Zach Moss is going to find himself to have a lot of value. And I think he's right up there with the Alexander Madison as a guy that has a lot of value as a backup. So I'm good with going Zach Moss here. No real explanation.
I mean, he's the starting running back for the Bills. So
I agree. Thank you. Someone gets it.
But I still think both are definitely going to be startable this year because they play – the thing about them is they play two completely different positions in Singletary and Moss. I think it'll work out in their favor. And the Bills aren't a team to, go full game plan. I think they're just going to stick with what's working for them. So I don't mind that pick at all. Dude, quarterbacks suck. I don't like taking quarterbacks. I mean, our tight end, I'm going to go – I think Gesicki's falling more into that risky category, whether we like it or not. Chan Gailey, I heard the stat. His average tight ends in the last 4 years, I think it's a total of 124 targets in 4 years. I don't fact check me who they had at tight end or anything, but I think Mike Gesicki's athletic enough to carve out a role. He has to carve out a role, or else the team is going to be not good. Let's just put it that way in general. So. It's true, though. If he doesn't carve out a rule, either Devontae Parker's the number one fantasy receiver or just nothing's working for this team.
That's fair.
I don't mind that pick at all there either.
Yeah, but your boy Jack Doyle's still here, so.
Yeah, come on, Lucas. You got to buy into your own. You got into what you're saying.
Yeah, Jack Doyle's the man. I'll tell you what.
Man.
I'd let Jack Doyle fuck my wife. That's the truth. So now I'm kind of sitting here again. I'm going to go right back to the well of the best.
I think it's me.
It's still Lucas's pick, you dumbass.
Oh fuck me. Well, Lucas, go ahead and take my pick.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know who to go here.
Guys, we're on fire today on our ends. We love it. I have my draft on the wrong screen. I don't even.
No. I'm going to take Tevin Coleman because he's a starting running back for the Niners. It's true.
He's been that for 3 years, right?
Check out our draft guide. Raheem Mostert didn't start a game last year, not even a playoff game. So.
Yeah, so now I'm going to take the guy that I told Lucas to take, but he didn't listen to me. I was really trying to help coach him up. He didn't want to buy in. That's fine. I'm not going to cry about it. What am I, a crier? I'm not crying. Comment down below, subscribe. If you've gotten this far, I commend you. Please comment about how far you got and why my team looks fucking stupid and why I'm a sheep. Counselors in the audience, we love you. Chase Edmonds, I'm going to grab the third best kind of handcuff behind Zach Moss and Alexander Madison, and I think Pollard's up there as well. Handcuffs are fantastic, especially when you're in deep kind of leagues. This is a 16 round. We probably will get to 16. We hope. We can be optimistic, but that's a really good handcuff to have.
Yeah, so now I'm up, and I'm going to get the real starting running back of the Washington team, whatever their name's going to be. So I got Adrian Peterson, the true starter.
Wait to be progressive, Nick.
And then we are going to go with my main man, Danny Dimes here. I mean, at the quarterback position, there's a bunch of guys you go with here. I mean, I like Wentz this late, but I'd rather just go with the upside in Danny Dimes, even though I think week 1 he's going to get absolutely smashed because they have a hard matchup, I think. It's like a Sunday night game.
There you go, Nick. Backing up with facts. We love it. I'm just going to continue the running back hammer because why not, right? I think this is going to be a great gadget play. Antonio Gibson, I really kind of like going into this year. I think there's some – well, you just took the real – who the hell did you take? I thought you were taking Gibson.
No, and Adrian Peterson.
Oh, unbelievable.
They're all the starting running
You're nuts. I took Chris Thompson that actually stays healthy. So I'm happy.
P. Ryan.
Samaje P. Ryan. I love P. Ryan. I love his brother a little bit more. I love the Michael Go Gators. Lucas, you're on the clock. What are you doing?
The clock. I am just going to start taking a bunch of upside handcuff running backs per se.
Taking defense.
Nope, that's going to be my boy. Actually, no, I kind of lied. No, I'm going to go a little booger. I think it's a good maybe like a pick here. Little booger's the man. That's about all the analysis you need. I need quarterback.
Oh, Jack Doyle's off, Lucas. You really lost your chance.
Carson Wentz in the 14th round. As much as me and Notorious will not have him on our teams, that's insanity right there.
Amen.
So I'll go ahead and take that.
So I have Akers? No, I don't have Akers in this. So what I'm going to go with here, got to look at the cheat sheet. Let's pull it up. Are we going to just keep pounding really, really great handcuffs? Sure, why not? Leonard Fournette.
How you play fantasy, man.
Leonard Fournette wants a trade. Let's fucking do it. Raquel Armstead, because,
Rock.
There you go, because fuck knows why not.
Exactly. So now I'm up with my final pick, and we will actually get another true number 1 player on their team, and that's Mr. Not Gonna Die a couple games in Randall Cobb of the Houston Texans. And now we are
– how many picks we have in this draft, guys.
It's okay, because now I have to draft a kicker and a defense. So first – we're going to go ahead and get our defense here. So a bit of defense action. And we're going to get one of the best defenses because Tyler explained to me that they are a good defense. I'm going to go ahead and believe them. So we are going to go with the Chargers, wherever they are. The LA Chargers, and the Rams are the Los Angeles Rams. So thank you, Fantasy Pros, for making this easy.
There you go. And let me give you your reasoning for your pick. They play They play the
Joe Burrow.
They play Joe Burrow week 1, and they have an incredible secondary. And they're going to toast. They're going to toast Joe Burrow. I think he's going to have some struggles. It's obviously his first game. The preseason slashed. So this is a great opportunity for a Chargers defense. Honestly, patriot them. Let them get like 30 points and then sell the fuck out of them. Please do that. Now I've got to take my defense and kicker. I wonder which position I should punt. Fantasy Pros doesn't look like they're selling a lot of kickers off the board, but I know a bunch will fly off. I think this is kind of a sleeper defense. It's a team that really shouldn't be a sleeper defense.
How the fuck are the Bears a sleeper defense?
I don't know because they kind of like low key were under the wire last year and they're not really going high in this draft. So why not? Let's go with the Bears. The Bears. Do they have their games up here? Detroit. Let's go. New York. Let's go. It's risky, but fuck it. Why not?
Is a sleeper defense is that like a thing?
Don't challenge me. Let me make my takes, bitch.
Yo, this fucking guy picked A.J. Dillon and then Marshawn Lynch. Continue, I'm sorry.
All right, so you guys win defense. I'm going to go Justin Tucker just because it's Justin Tucker.
Amen, brother. That's my kicker one.
Yeah,
you have to find those rankings on the Notorious or the Fantasy Stock Exchange Draft Guide.
Well, just so you know, Tyler just lied right, too, because Harrison Butker's his kicker one. So
is that not who he said? Oh,
I took Tucker.
No, Justin Tucker's my fucking kicker 3. Don't yell at me. Maybe.
No. So Tyler's not going to like this, but I'm going to go ahead and take
another kicker.
The kicker he's been hyping up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going another kicker. No. So here's the real strategy though. When it comes down to your actual league, you don't take either of them. You just take guys with upside to trade them, and then you just pick up kicker defense before the season starts.
Yeah, Lucas has broken the system. Like this is what we're all aware of.
It's a good defense here. I'm gonna. You know what? Jets defense is kind of surprisingly decent, and they get to go against Cam Newton, Josh Allen, and I'm sorry, your boy Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I'm gonna go Jets defense to round out the
Hey,
team.
Oh, the
Fitzmagic, you
Jets
said it correctly.
defense.
Dude, they're actually pretty good fantasy defense. They get you like 7-8 a week,
Nope.
and
I'll
They're gonna get
swallow
pretty
my
good at
pride
being
and
scored
never take
on.
them.
that's true. Sometimes.
Yeah, so this is going to blow people away. Little hot take here. My kicker number 2, a very inefficient red zone offense. They just are. And now they got a really great receiver off their team because big old Bobby Boy needs to send him out for jack shit. I'm going to take Kyami Fairbairn, and I am backing the fuck out of this guy. He's going to – look at this fucking face. Come on, you going to tell me you ain't going to draft that? Like, what's stopping you from drafting that guy?
Looks like he just blew his load.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy that lets Jesse Morse, Dr. Jesse Morse, do the dirty with his wife. But yeah, we'll move on.
I'm a bit upset that my boy Young Ho Koo got taken because my old bitch lame, but my Young Ho Koo, and I can't get him. So now we're gonna go with Danny's man, Dan Bailey. This has no actual reasoning behind it. Just the fact that if you take away the fact that he was bad for 2 years, he was actually pretty good.
Oh,
That was a solid joke. I like that one, Nick.
a B+. Let's go.
A-, fuck you.
Yeah, well, Lucas probably got a D. He normally gets the D. We'll look at.
I got an A+, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I bet you did.
He actually did.
All right, Lucas. Lucas has broken the system.
Here's the thing, though. There's probably. I mean, if you go, I am part of the ECR, so my rankings are factored into that. So.
All right, settle down there, sweetheart. Yeah, we're all a part of it, except that I don't know what I'm doing with it. Don't worry about it. This is our draft board. Nick, explain your team, and then we'll get out of here. I'll let Lucas
real quick, my team, I'm not going to go off that, just like my team overall. I got Danny Dimes, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, DJ Chark, Marvin Jones, George Kittle, which kind of a weird pick. I don't normally go tight end early, but, I mean, I like the team so far. Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Howard, Chargers defense, Dan Bailey. And then my bench is Mike Williams, Ronald Jones, Alexander Madison, N'Keal Harry, Adrian Peterson, and Randall Cobb. I think I did a pretty good job considering I drafted a tight end early, but I think the team might have looked better had I went with like a running back there instead of George Kittle.
Yeah, so kind of run down to my team. Saquon, that was why I see ever at the 4. If he's at the 4, trade your life for him. You'll never see that value ever. Kenny G and Terry McLaurin and Michael Gallup, they're going to be my 3 wide receivers. Yeah, I could have addressed that position a little bit more, but I felt really, really comfortable with my 1-2. Michael Gallup, I think, has high upside at the beginning of the season. Obviously, that's a piece I'm going to trade for. Again, it's why I hoard running backs, guys. You're going to find teams that need running backs, and they're going to need it desperately. And people trade a lot of capital for it. So that's why I went very heavy with that. I got Saquon, Todd Gurley, James Conner. So I got 2 really kind of risky plays there. But I got a really, really safe play in James White to tie that all together. I got J.K., Zach Moss, Chase Edmonds, Antonio Gibson, and Raquel Armstead. All handcuffs I am very much into. Hayden Hurst, just as the fun tight end. I got Matt Ryan as well. Plus the Bears and my number 2 kicker, Lucas. You're on the clock. Let's go. What do you do?
Let me get over to my team analysis here, All right, I got –
is A+. All right.
Going bad. All right, I went Kenyon Drake in round 1. If you watched that part, is still watching. As I mentioned, I don't really know. Tyler's all about the turn. I'm not for sure how I feel yet. There's still 2 months. There's still 2 months left to make a final decision. Then I went Tyreek. And then I went Keenan Allen, I believe, Adam Thielen, Evan Ingram, Dave Montgomery, Carson Wentz. I'm just kind of going all over the place. Mark Ingram, Justin Tucker, and the New York Jets. Defense, the New York Jets defense is so gross, and it is gross, but somehow they end up doing semi-decent. Don't ask me how. And defense doesn't matter. Kickers do, though, Tyler. I'll give you that one. Defense does not matter, though.
I appreciate that, Lucas. Finally, some respect on my name because I like to promote myself as a big kicker guy. So, Lucas, I appreciate that. You know what I really appreciate, though? The fact that you guys have gotten to this part in the video. Guys, that's fantastic. And that means you love what's going on here. Now, I want to see you subscribe. I want to feel that love. I want to feel the power. Hulk Hogan, I don't know. I'm not good with that. Like and comment. Please do that. Check out the links down below. There's a lot of fun stuff. Check out Notorious. I see zero reason why you shouldn't. He's a very, very swell guy who makes a lot of good jokes and great fantasy takes. So check him out as well. And, guys, any final takes before I just boot this video?
No.
Lucas, that was the most depressing thing I've ever seen. Guys, see you.
I was trying to think of something clever to say, and I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, I know, because that's you. You just always disappoint at the end.